Emerging research is revealing that the timing and sequence of our meals can have profound effects on gut health, metabolic function, and systemic wellness. The concept goes beyond what we eat, it's also about when we eat it. Circadian rhythms, the natural 24-hour cycles that govern our physiology, interact closely with the gut microbiome, influencing microbial composition, activity, and metabolite production throughout the day. Aligning our eating patterns with these rhythms can enhance microbial diversity, strengthen gut barrier function, and improve metabolic outcomes, creating an elegant synergy between diet, microbiome, and circadian biology. One particularly compelling strategy is the inclusion of plant-based snacks in the evening, such as nuts, legumes, or fiber-rich fruits, which may optimize overnight microbial activity and contribute to metabolic resilience. The gut microbiome itself exhibits diurnal variation, with different bacterial species rising and falling in abundance and metabolic activity in response to feeding and fasting cycles. These microbial rhythms are closely tied to host circadian clocks, which regulate hormone secretion, insulin sensitivity, bile acid metabolism, and energy expenditure. Disruptions in this synchrony, such as late-night high-glycemic meals, irregular eating schedules, or extended periods of low-fiber intake, can disturb microbial oscillations, reduce SCFA production, and increase intestinal permeability. Over time, these changes can promote low-grade systemic inflammation, insulin resistance, and metabolic dysregulation. Conversely, strategic timing of nutrient-dense, plant-based foods can reinforce microbial rhythms, support beneficial taxa, and maintain the metabolic and immunologic balance of the host. Evening plant-based snacks, such as a small handful of nuts, a serving of legumes, or fiber-rich fruits, appear to offer particular advantages. These foods deliver slowly digestible carbohydrates, fibers, polyphenol, and micronutrients that reach the colon intact, where they are fermented by beneficial microbes into short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, propionate, and acetate. Butyrate, in particular, nourishes colonocytes and strengthens the gut barrier, while propionate and acetate act as signaling molecules that modulate hepatic glucose production, lipid metabolism, and appetite regulation. Consuming these foods in the evening provides substrates for microbial fermentation during the overnight fast, potentially enhancing SCFA production at a time when the host is in a repair and recovery mode. This timing supports gut barrier integrity, reduces endotoxin leakage, and mitigates inflammatory signaling, creating a favorable metabolic environment by morning. Plant-based evening snacks also align well with satiety and glycemic control. Nuts, for example, provide protein, healthy fats, and fiber, which slow gastric emptying and blunt postprandial glucose responses. Legumes and high-fiber fruits similarly reduce glycemic spikes while promoting fermentation. By choosing plant-based snacks over carbohydrate-heavy or processed options late at night, individuals can prevent abrupt increases in blood glucose and insulin that may disrupt circadian metabolic signaling and microbial oscillations. Over time, this approach may enhance fasting glucose stability, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce the risk of metabolic syndrome in individuals with prediabetes or early insulin resistance. The sequence of food intake throughout the day can also influence microbial composition and function. Research suggests that eating fiber-rich and polyphenol-dense foods earlier in the day supports SCFA production during active hours, while nutrient-rich evening snacks can maintain microbial activity during the nocturnal fasting period. By distributing prebiotic and polyphenol-rich foods across meals and snacks, individuals provide a continuous supply of substrates for beneficial microbes, promoting microbial diversity and functional stability. This sustained microbial engagement ensures that SCFAs, bile acid metabolites, and other beneficial compounds are produced rhythmically, supporting circadian alignment and reinforcing metabolic homeostasis. Beyond metabolic benefits, strategically timed plant-based snacks may influence systemic inflammation, cognitive performance, and even sleep quality. SCFAs produced overnight can modulate immune signaling, reducing pro-inflammatory cytokines and enhancing regulatory pathways. Stable blood glucose and insulin levels overnight prevent nocturnal hormonal disturbances that can impair sleep and morning energy levels. Polyphenol and micronutrients in these foods also contribute antioxidant protection and neuroprotection, demonstrating the multifaceted advantages of aligning nutrient intake with circadian rhythms. Practically, the incorporation of plant-based evening snacks is simple, adaptable, and sustainable. A small serving of nuts, A modest portion of legumes or a fiber and polyphenol-rich fruit provides a nutrient-dense, low-glycemic option that fuels microbial activity, enhances SCFA production, and supports gut barrier integrity. Combined with a daytime pattern of balanced, whole food meals rich in fiber, protein, and polyphenol, this strategy creates a 24-hour cycle of microbial nourishment, reinforcing gut resilience, metabolic regulation, and systemic health. Over weeks and months, these consistent habits may produce measurable improvements in fasting glucose, lipid profiles, inflammation markers, and even overall energy and cognitive function, underscoring the systemic value of mindful eating timing. In conclusion, the timing and sequence of food intake represent a powerful, yet often overlooked lever for optimizing gut health and systemic metabolism. Evening plant-based snacks, particularly those rich in fiber, protein, and polyphenol, can support beneficial microbial activity during the nocturnal period, enhance SCFA production, maintain gut barrier integrity, and promote circadian-aligned metabolic signaling. By thoughtfully integrating these foods into a daily eating schedule, individuals can harmonize diet with microbial and circadian rhythms, improving glucose regulation, reducing inflammation, and enhancing whole-body resilience. This emerging science underscores that food is not just fuel, but a dynamic tool that can shape the microbiome, reinforce natural rhythms, and optimize metabolic and systemic health from day to night.